some other things that we've seen that delay deals are just paperwork, right?
Yeah.
When you, and honestly, this is what I was going to mention earlier. Picking the lender that's funding your deals is extremely important because that's going to determine the experience or what the process is going to be when it comes to
Yeah.
getting things done or getting them to closing, right? So whether you're working with a major institution, they're a little bit more rigid. If you're working with some private money, you want to make sure you're just not getting just destroyed on rates. But it's tough making sure you find. And we vet the lenders that we work with,
Yeah.
and we have some really great ones that have done, like, they do a great job. And as soon as we don't, as soon as we have a bad experience, then we'll walk away from them. But regardless, let's say you pick the right lender, you pick the right person to fund your deal. A lot of things that mess up investors is that they're not really organized. They got all the paperwork all over the place, right?
Yeah.
We've seen all of that.
So I'll pull up an example since we walked through this with a client, but pretty much the paperwork just didn't match. Like, he told us that the property was already rented, and he had a tenant in there, but when he sent it the agreement, the name on the agreement didn't match the name of the tenant that he had given us before. So now underwriting has more questions. It's like, okay, you said Sally lived there, but the paperwork says Peter lived there. So now they're asking for more documents. Turns out that he sent in an old lease.
Yeah.
And that client had already, or that tenant had already moved. And so it just created more paperwork that it needed to be. Another example was a guy who, was doing a DSCR loan in Virginia.
Yep.
But he sent us LOC paperwork for a property he had in Ohio. So you have to have an LLC in the state
that you're doing your deal.
Yeah, so he sent in LLC paperwork for Ohio, which, okay, that's great. He has another property in Ohio, but we weren't doing the deal in Ohio. We were doing it in Virginia. So I didn't catch it. Our assistant didn't catch it. It's just something that you kind of overlook. And so then underwriting kicked it back like, hey, like, we actually need an LLC in Virginia. So that took a little bit. So it's always paperwork. It's always like the little things that kind of keep things stuck.
Including bank statements, right? Like,
yes,
lenders want to see proof of funds. They want to see your reserves, right? They might ask for 5 statements. You only send 2 or 3, right? You need to be very specific. And that honestly is the best part about when we work with investors, is helping them through this process to make sure, only thing you're focused on is the deal, the renovations, your property management,